Hi, welcome back.
My name is Liqiu Jones. I'm 18 years old and I'm a senior in high school.
This is my lens.
So I was adopted in Hunan, China, in Changsha. My story is a little bit confusing because I grew up knowing that I was abandoned by my parents at the city water gates where they filter water and stuff. As I got older, I started doing more research and I found out actually that in Hunan, we have this thing called the Hunan scandal. Some people did it for good, some people did it for bad. But basically, there are a lot of children that were abandoned. So people would take them and take them to the orphanage. And that was when international adoption was huge. So the orphanages would give money to the people that brought in a child. And so people started realizing, oh, if I bring a child to the orphanage, I'll get a certain amount of money. And during that time, it's people didn't always have a lot of money. There were some people that took in children who were actually abandoned. And then there were other people who basically kidnapped. So I don't really know which one it is. That's my new story that I am finding more out about. So yeah.
So it sounds like your specific story of how you were found or how you were left has been faltering throughout as you've been growing up and hearing more about.
Yeah. My mom didn't even know about this Hunan scandal until I actually found out. And I found out, I think when I was about 16, I started being more curious and thinking, oh, maybe I want to just research and stuff. And then I found this out. And my mom didn't really know much about it. And then she's been doing some research and was like, okay, so it is really possible that it could have happened. But, so.
You don't have really any memories of your birth parents, right?
Not really. And so, even it goes all the way back till then. Because even when I was little, it was
you just lacked relationships. And so you don't know what it is. So when you feel something, you want to hold on to as much as you can throughout your life. And these experiences come, they just it's you're being ripped apart when they leave or something.
It kind of brings up this feeling that someone's leaving you that's super important to you. You're really sad. I guess you do know where it's somewhat coming from. Or for me, I do. And it's from being abandoned from my parents or whatever happened. It's just a mix of feelings and you're just oh.
So does it kind of anger you when people are like, oh, forget about your biological parents. You have your adopted parents.
I mean, it kind of does. It's kind of annoying to be told that. I guess it's annoyance and anger mixed together. It's just don't tell me this because you never went through it or you have someone that looks like you. You get to live with your bio family and they didn't ever consider these certain circumstances for you. Even before I was born, it was something like this was already going to happen. I cannot control it. And so it's just kind of annoying when you tell me to be grateful because I'm I lost a lot. And it's not my fault, and it's not always their fault. And I do get the right to feel this way. It's you know everything that you want to know, but I don't always have everything that I want to know. If that makes sense.
Is there one specific struggle that was very prominent in your life?
Getting to know people, having friends, family members. I would get really attached to them as a little kid. I didn't like saying goodbye. For my friends, it was different. But if my family, let's say my grandparents came in, I didn't like saying goodbye, even though they lived in Houston, which is not that far from here. But it's not I got to see them all the time, and I just didn't like saying goodbye. And even now, I get close to people, but I try and sometimes distance myself because I'm well, if they leave my life for some certain reason, I don't want to feel something is completely missing.
Being an adoptee has caused you to become more attached to people more easily in a sense that you don't want to lose it again. You're trying to have as much of a relationship as you can before you lose them.
I have a friend now. I just worry if I do something wrong that they might leave. Oh, I have an example. So I actually had a friend in high school. We were really, really close. We always hung out. We did a lot of stuff together. She decided not to be my friend anymore. I didn't really know what to do. I was okay. And I didn't talk, honestly, to anyone, really. It took me a while to actually, talk to my other classmates. Because I was friends with them, but it wasn't I was great friends with them. It was just kind of hard to, because I got so attached to this person. And then they leave. I have no idea why still. It was just kind of hard to know what to do or, how to get back into.
Does this attachment struggle make you kind of on guard when you're meeting new people?
I'm nice to everyone. If you ask me, are you adopted or what's your adoption story, I'll be open about it and I'll tell you. But it's not I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. I'm just going to tell you what you want to know. If you even ask me how do you feel about adoption, I'm not going to tell you because if you leave, think it's weird, or I just don't really want everyone to know how I feel about certain things, or like the really personal parts.
Is there something that you are willing to share that might empower or help some other adoptee or parent?
I think people need to know that when you're adopted, you're not always a normal kid. You're going to have a story that no one else has. Even if it's similar, it's still different. The adoptee is going to have these feelings that maybe you don't understand. You can't always relate to, and they might not even know what it is. They might have different ways of coping with it. Don't always think that they're a normal kid and that their life is easy. Because I've been told, like, be grateful. And I'm like, be grateful for what? Or like, your mom saved you. Even my mom doesn't think that she saved me. But I guess when people tell me that, I'm like, yes, I gained a lot of things, and I'm really grateful for everything that I have. But also, I lost something. I lost people who come from them, and I look like them. And I share something with them, but I don't know them. There's a small part of me that's like a little hole. I want to know what this is. No one can give me answers right now. And so when you tell me to be grateful about it, I think I am being grateful, but I think I do have the right also to question some parts.
Be uncertain.
Yeah, be uncertain. My birth parents said, I don't know. I feel close to them. I'm not angry at them. And I do have a special place for them in my heart, even though I don't know them at all.
I would like to thank Lizzie again for sharing her story. In the future, we will be doing more of these videos.
If you know anyone who is willing to share their story or wants to share their story, like email one of us. We'll try and line that up, hopefully. Also follow us on Instagram and
FCC New York.
And also on Facebook. But anyway, if you have any questions, you can contact us through social media or like leave a comment. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible.
Yes. Thank you again so much for watching. We want to let you know that you are not alone. We hope that this resource was helpful for you on your adoption journey in whatever way you are connected to adoption. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.